The wake-up call. What if you reached the end of your life only to realize you had never truly lived? Imagine yourself years from now, looking back on the life you've lived. Do you see a story filled with adventure, passion, and purpose? Or do you see missed chances, unspoken words, and dreams left unfulfilled? For many people, regret isn't just an occasional thought. It's a weight they carry, a silent whisper of what if. What if I had chased that dream? What if I had told them how I really felt? What if I had taken the risk instead of playing it safe? These regrets don't just appear at the end of life. They build up over time, shaping our choices, limiting our potential, and keeping us from experiencing the richness of life in the present. But it doesn't have to be this way. This book is a wake-up call, a reminder that life is happening right now, in this very moment. And the truth is, none of us know how many moments we have left. The question isn't how much time do I have, but rather, how will I use the time I do have? Why we hold back. Most people don't live the life they want, not because they don't have the ability, but because they are held back by fear, self-doubt, and the belief that they have endless time. We postpone happiness, waiting for the right time to travel, start a new career, express love, or take a risk. But time isn't something we can control, and every moment spent waiting is a moment we'll never get back. What this book will do for you, Live Without Regret, is about breaking free from hesitation, fear, and excuses, so you can fully embrace life. Through personal stories, real-life lessons, and actionable strategies, you will learn how to identify what truly matters to you and pursue it unapologetically. Say yes to opportunities without fear of failure. Free yourself from overthinking and self-doubt. Strengthen relationships and express your feelings without hesitation. Let go of the past and move forward with confidence. By the time you finish this book, you will have a new perspective on what it means to truly live. You will be equipped with the tools to make the most of every day, to chase dreams boldly, and to create a life story worth telling. Because when your final chapter is written, let it be a story of courage, love, and adventure, not a list of what could have been. Are you ready to start living without regret? Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Regret-Proof Life. The moment that changes everything at some point in life. Almost everyone has a moment of realization, a sudden awareness that time is passing faster than expected, that opportunities once taken for granted are slipping away. Maybe it's seeing an old friend pursue a dream you abandoned. Maybe it's watching a loved one grow older and wondering where the years went. Maybe it's waking up one morning with the unsettling feeling that life isn't unfolding the way you hoped. The truth is, regret doesn't happen all at once. It builds slowly, accumulating in the spaces where action should have been taken, words should have been spoken, and risks should have been embraced. The good news, right now, you have a choice. You can continue down a path that might leave you with regrets, or you can decide to live differently, to start making choices that align with the life you truly want. The 5 most common regrets in life. In her work with hospice patients, Nurse Bonnie Ware documented the most common regrets of people nearing the end of their lives. They weren't about money, fame, or possessions. They were about the things left undone, the words left unsaid, and the risks left untaken. Here are 5 of the most frequent regrets she heard. I wish I had lived true to myself, not what others expected of me. Too many people spend their lives trying to please others, following paths dictated by family, society, or fear of judgment. They suppress their true desires until it's too late. I wish I hadn't worked so much. While hard work is valuable, many people regret spending too much time chasing career success at the expense of relationships, personal experiences, and inner peace. I wish I had expressed my feeling. Love left unspoken, apologies never given, dreams never shared. These are the silent regrets that weigh heaviest in the end. I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. Life gets busy and friendships fade, but in the end, people don't regret missed deadlines or extra work hours. They regret losing touch with those who once mattered most. I wish I had let myself be happier. Many people realized too late that happiness was always within reach, but they were too caught up in worry, negativity, or routine to allow themselves to truly enjoy life. What this means for you, you don't have to wait until it's too late to recognize these regrets. You have the opportunity right now to make changes that ensure you won't look back with sorrow over what could have been. Are you making choices based on your own desires or out of obligation to others? Are you prioritizing relationships and experiences, or are you lost in work and routine? Are you fully expressing yourself, or are you holding back out of fear? Are you maintaining the friendships and connections that matter most? Are you allowing yourself to enjoy life? Or are you waiting for some undefined future moment to be happy? The regret-proof mindset to live without regret. You need to shift your mindset. Instead of fearing failure, fear inaction. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, realize that now is the only moment guaranteed. Instead of worrying about what others will think, remember that their opinions won't matter when you look back on your life, but your own satisfaction will. Living a regret-proof life doesn't mean being reckless or impulsive. It means making intentional choices that align with what truly matters to you. It means taking chances, speaking up, nurturing relationships, and embracing joy without hesitation. Every moment is a chance to start fresh. Every decision you make from this point forward can shape a life you'll be proud of. The question is, what will you choose? Chapter 2. The fear factor. Why we hold back fear is one of the biggest reasons people live with regret. It whispers doubts, magnifies risks, and convinces us that staying in our comfort zone is safer than stepping into the unknown. Fear of failure, rejection, embarrassment, or uncertainty keeps us from pursuing dreams, speaking our truth, or making decisions that could change everything. But here's the reality. Fear never goes away. The people who seem fearless and without fear, they've just learned how to move forward despite it. If you let fear control your choices, you'll wake up years from now wondering what could have been if you had been just a little braver. The hidden cost of playing it safe. Most people think avoiding risk keeps them safe. But in reality, it often does the opposite. Every time you let fear stop you, you're not just avoiding potential failure. You're also blocking potential success, growth, and fulfillment. Fear of failure keeps people stuck in jobs they hate instead of pursuing careers they love. Fear of rejection stops people from expressing love, leaving them wondering what if about relationships that never had a chance. Fear of judgment prevents people from being their authentic selves, forcing them to live for the approval of others. Fear of change keeps people clinging to comfort, even when they know they're meant for more. In the end, the pain of inaction often outweighs the pain of trying and failing. It's not the risks we take that haunt us. It's the ones we never take. Reframing fear. What if it's a sign you're on the right path? What if fear wasn't a warning to stop, but a sign that you were about to do something meaningful? Fear only shows up when something matters. You don't feel fear over things that don't impact your life. That means fear can actually be a compass, pointing you toward the things worth pursuing. Instead of asking, what if I fail? Start asking, what if this works? Instead of thinking, what if people judge me? Ask, what if I inspire someone by being myself? Instead of fearing change, remind yourself that staying the same is also a risk. The 5-second rule. Breaking free from fear. In the moment, one of the simplest and most effective ways to break through fear is the 5-second rule, popularized by Mel Robbins. It's based on the idea that hesitation fuels fear. The longer you wait to act, the more time your brain has to talk you out of it. The rule is simple. When you feel fear holding you back, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then take action before your mind has time to stop you. Whether it's making a phone call, introducing yourself to someone, hitting publish on a creative project, or stepping onto a stage, taking immediate action disrupts fear's grip and builds momentum. Fear is a door, not a wall. Fear will always be there. But instead of seeing it as an obstacle, recognize it as a doorway. Every time you walk through it, you grow stronger, more confident, and more in control of your life. You don't have to eliminate fear to live a life without regret. You just have to stop letting it make your decisions for you. The next time fear tells you to hold back, remember that your future self is depending on you to be brave today. The choice is yours. Let fear control you, or let courage lead you forward. What will you choose? Chapter 3. Breaking free from the someday trap, the illusion of the right time. Most people live as if they have all the time in the world. They convince themselves that someday they will take that trip, write that book, start that business, say what they truly feel, or make that life-changing decision. They wait for the right time, a time when they feel more ready, more confident, more financially secure, or more certain of the outcome. But someday is a lie. It's an illusion that keeps people stuck in a cycle of hesitation and inaction. The truth is, there is no perfect time. There is only now. And if you don't take action now, years will pass, and you'll realize that someday never came. Why we keep waiting? People postpone their dreams for different reasons. But at the core of it all is fear and uncertainty. Here are the most common excuses people use to justify waiting. I'm not ready yet. Truth. No one ever feels fully ready for big changes. Readiness comes from action, not waiting. I'll do it when I have more time. Truth. Life will always be busy. If something is important, you must make time for it. I need more money first. Truth. Some things require financial preparation, but many life changes can start with small steps that cost nothing. What if I fail? Truth. Failure is a possibility, but so is success. The only guaranteed failure is never trying. It's too late for me. Truth. The only time it's truly too late is when life is over. As long as you're breathing, change is possible. The regret of wasted time. Think about something you wanted to do 5 years ago, but didn't because you convinced yourself it wasn't the right time. Where would you be today if you had started back then? Time moves forward, whether you take action or not. The difference is that if you start now, 5 years from today, you'll look back with pride instead of regret. The 72-hour rule. Turning someday into today. One way to break free from the someday trap is the 72-hour rule. If you have a goal or dream, take at least one small action toward it within the next 72 hours. Why does this work? Because the longer you wait, the more likely you are to talk yourself out of it. Taking immediate action, no matter how small, creates momentum and shifts your mindset from hesitation to execution. If you want to start a business, register a domain name, or outline your idea today. If you want to reconnect with someone, send them a message now. If you want to write a book, start with one sentence today. If you want to improve your health, go for a 10-minute walk right now. Once you break the cycle of waiting, action becomes a habit. No more waiting. Your time is now. If you knew your time was limited, what would you do differently? Because the truth is, it is limited. You don't have forever, but you do have today. Stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop believing the lie that you no time to start. The life you want is waiting, but it won't wait forever. The question is, will you act now, or will you let someday steal another year from you? Chapter 4. Saying yes to life. The power of one yes. Every extraordinary life begins with a single yes to an opportunity, yes to a challenge, yes to a new direction. Yet too often people hesitate. They overthink, doubt themselves, and let fear talk them out of things that could change everything. What if you started saying yes more often? Not to everything, but to the things that scare you in a good way. The things that could lead to growth, adventure, and meaning. Because here's the truth. The life you want won't wait. If you don't start saying yes to it, you'll look back years from now, wondering how many incredible experiences you missed simply because you hesitated. Why we say no too often. Most people don't consciously reject opportunities. They hesitate until the opportunity disappears. The reasons vary, but here are some of the most common. Fear of failure. What if I say workout? Fear of discomfort. What if it's challenging, awkward, or unfamiliar? Fear of judgment. What will people think if I try this? Overthinking. I need to analyze every possible outcome before making a decision. The habit of playing it safe. I'd rather stick with what I know, even if it's not fulfilling. While these thoughts feel protective, they actually keep people stuck. They create a life of routine instead of adventure, hesitation instead of action, and regret instead of fulfillment. The life-changing magic of yes. Saying yes doesn't mean it means recognizing that most fears are exaggerated, most doubts are unnecessary, and most of the things we avoid are exactly the things we need to experience. Here's what happens when you start saying yes. You grow faster. Grow this yes. A journey. Out. Dim to place. The outside zone. Saying some of the best things in life happen because of one yes. Meeting the right person, landing an unexpected job, discovering a new passion. You build a more interesting life. A life filled with yes is a life filled with stories, experiences, and memories. instead of regrets. You develop unshakable confidence. The more you say yes, the more you prove to yourself that you are capable of handling whatever comes next. Start saying yes, even when it scares you. If you've been in the habit of saying no, you don't have to make drastic changes overnight. Start small. Notice when you hesitate. The next time you catch yourself overthinking or making excuses, stop and ask, what's the worst that could happen? Say yes to something unfamiliar. Try a new food, visit a new place, or start a new hobby. Small yeses build momentum. Say yes to an opportunity that excites you, but scares you a little. If it aligns with your goals or dreams, say yes before your brain has time to talk you out of it. Say yes to connection. Reach out to someone, accept an invitation, or start a conversation. You never know where it might lead. Say yes to yourself. Stop waiting for permission. If there's something you've been wanting to do, decide that now is the time. Your life is waiting. A well-lived life isn't made up of the things you avoided. It's made up of the things you embraced. The chances you took, the opportunities you seized, the risks you dared to take. Years from now, will you look back and be proud of the things you said yes to? Or will you regret the chances you let slip away? The next time life presents an opportunity, don't let hesitation steal it from you. Take a deep breath, trust yourself, and say yes. Chapter 5. Letting go of the past. The weight you carry. Everyone has a past. Some memories bring joy, while others carry pain. Mistakes made, opportunities missed, words left unsaid. Over time, these regrets can become a heavy burden, keeping you stuck in a cycle of guilt, resentment, or self-doubt. The past is unchangeable, but it doesn't have to define you. The only thing that truly matters is what you choose to do today. Learning to let go is one of the most powerful steps toward living a life free from regret. Why? We hold on. People struggle to let go for many reasons. Some believe that holding on to regret or resentment will somehow give them control over what happened. Others feel that letting go means excusing the past or forgetting its lessons. But in reality, refusing to let go only harms one person, you. Here are some of the most common things people struggle to release. Regret over past mistakes, wishing you had chosen differently, taken a different path, or avoided certain failures. Guilt over things said or unsaid, feeling responsible for past conflicts, or missed opportunities to express love and appreciation. Resentment toward others, holding on to anger towards someone who hurt you, even if they've moved on. Shame over who you used to be, struggling to accept past versions of yourself, even if you've grown and changed. Holding on to these emotions doesn't change the past. It only steals peace from the present. Pleasing regret, learning from the past without living in it. Regret is useful only when it leads to growth. If you made mistakes, acknowledge them, but don't punish yourself forever. Instead, ask, what did I learn? Every mistake has a lesson. If you take that lesson and apply it, the mistake wasn't wasted. How can I make peace with it? If an apology is needed, give it. If you need to forgive yourself, do so. Dwelling on regret won't undo the past, but making peace with it will free you to move forward. How can I use my past to help others? Often, The things we regret most can become the wisdom someone else needs. Your past struggles may help others avoid the same mistakes. Forgiveness, the freedom to move forward. Forgiveness isn't about excusing what happened. It's about freeing yourself from the pain of it. Whether it's forgiving yourself or someone else, holding on to anger, guilt, or resentment only traps you in the past. Forgiving others, this doesn't mean what they did was right. It simply means you're choosing not to let their actions continue to control your happiness. Forgiving yourself. If you wouldn't condemn a friend forever for making a mistake, why do it to yourself? Recognize that you were doing the best you could at the time with the knowledge you had, letting go of what can't be changed. Some things will never have closure. Some people will never apologize. Some situations will never be resolved. Accepting that reality allows you to move forward instead of staying stuck in a past you can't rewrite. Living in the present, not the past. The only moment you truly have is now. Every day you spend reliving past mistakes or holding on to resentment is a day you lose in the present. Ask yourself, what would my life look like if I finally let this go? What if I chose to focus on what I can control instead of what I can't change? Who would I be if I no longer carried this weight? You don't have to be trapped by your past. You can choose right now to release it, to forgive, to move forward. The question is, will you? Chapter 6. Living authentically, without apology. The cost of living for others. So many people spend their lives trying to be someone they're not, fitting into boxes others have defined for them, wearing masks to meet others' expectations, or saying and doing things just to gain approval. It's a natural instinct to want to belong. But when you prioritize others' opinions over your own desires, you lose touch with who you truly are. Living authentically means making choices that align with your values, your passions, and your truth, not the version of you that you think others want to see. It's about shedding the fear of judgment and stepping into your full potential unapologetically. The fear of judgment at the heart of living inauthentically is the fear of what others might think. This fear can be paralyzing, keeping you from pursuing what truly excites you, whether it's your career, relationships, or passions. You may second-guess every decision, constantly asking yourself, what will people think? But here's the thing. Most of the time, people aren't thinking about you nearly as much as you think they are. In reality, everyone is wrapped up in their own thoughts, concerns, and struggles. The fear of judgment is often just a projection of our own insecurities. When you realize that others' opinions are out of your control, it becomes easier to focus on what truly matters. Being true to yourself. How to reclaim your authenticity. Living authentically isn't always easy. It requires courage, self-awareness, and the willingness to be vulnerable. But it's possible, and it starts with small, intentional steps. Know your values. Get clear on what truly matters to you. What are your non-negotiables in life? Your values will serve as a compass to guide your decisions and actions. Embrace your uniqueness. You don't have to fit into a mold or follow a prescribed path. Embrace what makes you different, because your uniqueness is your strength. Speak your truth. Speak honestly, even when it's uncomfortable. Whether it's setting boundaries, expressing your feelings, or standing up for what you believe in, your voice matters. Let go of the need for approval. Stop seeking validation from others. Approval from the outside is fleeting. Internal validation, rooted in self-respect, is what will give you lasting peace. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Find people who celebrate you for who you are, not for who they want you to be. Authentic relationships are built on mutual respect and acceptance. The power of know one of the most powerful ways to live authentically is to say no to things that don't align with your truth. When you say yes to everything, you end up saying no to yourself. Saying no doesn't make you selfish. It makes you self-respecting. It's a declaration that your time, energy, and well-being are valuable. If something doesn't align with your values or goals, don't be afraid to turn it down, even if it's hard. The more you say no to things that drain or distract you, the more room you create for the things that matter. Living without apology. One of the most freeing aspects of authenticity is learning to live without apology. Too many people apologize for who they are, for their needs, for their boundaries, for their desires. But you don't need to apologize for being yourself. You have the right to express your feelings, pursue your passions, and live a life that fulfills you, without seeking permission or offering excuses. Stop apologizing for your choices, for your dreams, or for your unique perspective on life. You don't need to shrink yourself to make others feel comfortable. The right people will love and respect you for exactly who you are. What would it look like if you lived authentically? Imagine a life where you made decisions based on your values, not the expectations of others. Imagine saying no when something didn't feel right and saying yes when it resonated with your truth. Imagine waking up each day, feeling excited, confident, and aligned with who you are. This is what living authentically looks like. It's not about perfection. It's about being real. It's about owning your story and showing up as your full, unapologetic self. The only question is, will you allow yourself to be the person you've always wanted to be? Or will you continue to hide behind masks, afraid of what others might think? Your authenticity is your power. It's time to embrace it. Chapter 7. The power of persistence, why giving up feels so tempting at some point. Every person faces a moment when the struggle feels too much. You've tried, you've worked hard, and yet progress seems slow, or the results are not what you envisioned. It's easy to think that maybe you're not cut out for it, or that perhaps you're not meant for success. But in those moments of doubt, remember this. Success is built on persistence. It's the ability to keep going when things are hard, to push through setbacks, and to remain committed to your goal even when the road gets tough. The most successful people aren't the ones who have never faced challenges. They are the ones who have refused to quit when faced with them. The truth about success. It's not an instant win. So much of modern culture glorifies the idea of instant success. Whether it's a viral social media post or a sudden career breakthrough, we are conditioned to expect quick results. But in reality, success is rarely instantaneous. It's the culmination of consistent effort, learning from failures, and making small, steady progress over time. Many dreams will take years to realize. Whether you're building a business, getting in shape, mastering a skill, or creating art, there are no shortcuts. The road to success is long and often frustrating, but it's the persistence, not the immediate results, that leads to greatness. The 3 Ps: patience, perseverance, and positivity. The most important tools for overcoming challenges are patience, perseverance, and positivity. They are the foundation of persistence. Patience. The ability to wait for results without giving up is essential. Understand that meaningful change takes time, and don't let the slow pace discourage you. Every small step counts. Thomas Edison. He failed over 1,000 times before creating the light bulb, but he never considered his failures as defeats, only as steps toward success. J.K. Rowling. Before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, she was rejected by multiple publishers. It was persistence and belief in her work that eventually made her one of the world's most successful authors. Michael Jordan. Considered by many the greatest basketball player of all time, Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Instead of giving up, he worked relentlessly to become the best. Walt Disney. Fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination, Disney faced bankruptcy and failure many times, but his persistence led to the creation of one of the most iconic entertainment empires in history. These stories serve as reminders that success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about pushing through it and using each setback as an opportunity to grow. How to cultivate persistence in your own life. Persistence isn't something that comes naturally to everyone, but it is a skill you can develop. Here are some ways to cultivate it. Set clear, achievable goals. Break down your larger goals into smaller, manageable steps. This makes it easier to see progress, even when the journey feels long. Embrace failure as part of the process. When you encounter obstacles, see them as learning opportunities rather than setbacks. Each failure brings you closer to success if you take the lessons from it. Celebrate small victories. Recognizing and celebrating small wins keeps you motivated and reinforces the habit of persistence. Stay connected to your why. Remember why you started, whether it's for personal growth, helping others, or achieving something meaningful. Staying connected to your purpose will fuel your determination. Surround yourself with support. Persistence doesn't mean doing everything alone. Seek out mentors, friends, or communities who can encourage you, provide feedback, and hold you accountable. The greatest victory is not giving up. Persistence is not about pushing yourself beyond your limits. It's about pushing through the tough moments, staying committed, and believing in the power of consistency. It's the quiet determination to keep going, even when the end seems far away. The next time you feel like giving up, ask yourself, what if I just keep going for one more day? That extra day, that extra hour, that extra push is often what makes the difference between giving up and achieving greatness. Success is built on persistence. Your persistence. Chapter 8. Mastering your mindset. The power of thoughts. Everything starts with a thought. Your mindset, the collection of beliefs and attitudes you carry, shapes your reality. The way you think about yourself, your goals, and the world around you will determine the actions you take and ultimately the life you create. A positive mindset can transform challenges into opportunities, while a negative mindset can turn even the smallest obstacle into a mountain. If you want to change your life, you must start by changing your thoughts. Fixed mindset versus growth. In psychology, the concept of fixed mindset versus growth mindset is crucial to understanding how mindset shapes behavior. Fixed mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe their abilities, intelligence, and talents are static, something they're either born with or without. They often avoid challenges, give up easily, and feel threatened by the success of others. Growth mindset. Those with a growth mindset, on the other hand, Believe that abilities can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. They embrace challenges, see failures as opportunities to learn, and are inspired by the success of others. The difference between these two mindsets is the difference between stagnation and progress. A growth mindset doesn't just improve your chances of success. It opens up a world of possibilities you would otherwise never see. Shifting from fixed to growth mindset. If you find yourself operating from a fixed mindset, don't worry, you can change. Here's how to cultivate a growth mindset. Embrace challenges. Stop avoiding difficulties. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth. The more challenges you face, the more you learn and grow. Celebrate effort, not just results. Instead of focusing solely on outcomes, acknowledge the effort you put in. Effort is what leads to mastery, and learning to enjoy the process is a crucial shift. Learn from criticism. Constructive criticism is a gift, not an attack. Listen to feedback with an open mind and use it to improve, not to validate your insecurities. View failure as feedback. Failure is a part of the learning process. When things don't go as planned, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Rather than seeing it as a permanent setback. Surround yourself with growth-oriented people. The people you spend time with greatly influence your mindset. Surround yourself with individuals who are positive, growth-minded, and motivated to improve. The impact of positive thinking. Positive thinking doesn't mean ignoring life's difficulties or pretending everything is always okay. It means choosing to focus on the good, seeking solutions instead of problems, and believing in your ability to overcome challenges. A positive mindset allows you to be more resilient in the face of adversity. Attract more opportunities because people are drawn to optimism and energy. Take more action because you believe in your potential. Enjoy better mental health as you focus on gratitude and possibilities instead of negativity and fear. While negative thoughts can feel powerful, remember that you have the power to change them. Every time you choose to think positively or focus on a solution, you strengthen your capacity to approach life with confidence and clarity. Reframing negative thoughts, one of the most powerful techniques for mastering your mindset, is cognitive reframing, the practice of changing the way you perceive a situation. Here's how it works. Negative thought, I'm not good enough to succeed, reframed. Failed again, I'll never get it right, reframed. This is an opportunity to learn and improve. Negative thought, this challenge is too difficult. Reframed. This challenge is hard, but it's an opportunity to grow and push my limit. By consistently reframing negative thoughts, you shift your focus from limitations to possibilities. It's not about ignoring challenges. It's about recognizing that you are capable of overcoming them. Daily practices for a positive mindset. Changing your mindset takes consistent effort. Here are some daily practices that can help you cultivate and maintain a positive, growth-oriented mindset. Gratitude journaling. Write down at least 3 things you're grateful for each day. This shifts your focus from what's wrong in your life to what's going well. Visualization. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing your success. Picture yourself achieving your goals and living the life you want. Affirmations. Use positive affirmations to reinforce your belief in yourself and your abilities. Repeat phrases like, I am capable. I am worthy of success. And I will persist through challenges. Mindful reflection. At the end of each day, reflect on your thoughts and actions. Were they aligned with a growth mindset? If not, think about how you can approach situations differently tomorrow. Positive social media consumption. Surround yourself with positive, uplifting content. Follow people who inspire and motivate you, and avoid content that drags you down. Mastering your mindset is a lifelong journey. Mastering your mindset doesn't happen overnight. It's a lifelong practice. There will always be days when you feel discouraged, when negativity creeps in, or when you encounter challenges that seem insurmountable. But the key to mastering your mindset is resilience, the ability to continue working on it day by day. Every time you choose positivity, every time you shift a limiting belief, every time you take action despite fear, you build a stronger, more empowered version of yourself. And over time, you will see the power of your thoughts transform your life in ways you never imagined. Remember, your mind is your most powerful tool. What you think becomes your reality. So choose wisely. Chapter 9. Creating lasting change through habits. The power of habit. Your habits define your future. The small, seemingly insignificant actions you take daily compound over time, shaping the life you ultimately create. Whether it's the habit of waking up early, exercising regularly, or reading each day, the little things you do consistently determine whether you succeed or fall short of your goals. Creating lasting change doesn't happen through dramatic, overnight transformations. It happens by making small but consistent changes to your routine that over time become automatic. The key to success is developing the right habits and sticking to them until they become a natural part of your life. Why habits matter. Habits are the building blocks of our lives. Research shows that up to 40% of our daily actions are habitual, meaning we do them without thinking. These routines often happen on autopilot and influence everything from our health to our productivity, happiness, and relationships. The beauty of habits is that they work on autopilot. Once you've developed a positive habit, it requires little conscious effort to maintain. The challenge, however, is breaking old, unproductive habits and replacing them with new ones that align with your goals and values. The science of habit formation, understanding how habits are formed, is key to changing them. Habits follow a loop of 3 main components. Cue a trigger that initiates the habit. This could be something external, like seeing your gym clothes, or something internal, like feeling stressed. Routine. The behavior you engage in as a result of the cue, such as going for a run. Reward. The positive reinforcement you receive from completing the habit, such as feeling energized after a run. To create a new habit, you need to establish a new routine tied to an existing cue and reward. Over time, the more you repeat the loop, the more automatic the habit becomes. Breaking bad habits while creating new positive habits is essential. Breaking old, negative habits is just as important. If you want to create lasting change, you need to eliminate the behaviors that are holding you back. To break a bad habit, follow these steps. Identify the cue. Recognize what triggers the habit. Is it stress, boredom, or something else? Interrupt the routine. Once you understand the trigger, you can begin interrupting the pattern. Instead of reaching for a sugary snack when you're stressed, take a few deep breaths or go for a walk. Replace the habit. Don't just try to eliminate the habit. Replace it with a more productive action. For example, Instead of scrolling through social media when you feel anxious, you could read a book or practice mindfulness. Reward yourself. Positive reinforcement is key. Give yourself a small reward for making it through the change process. This reinforces the new behavior. The 21-day myth and the real truth about habit formation. Many people believe that it takes 21 days to form a new habit. While this can be true for some, research shows that the actual time it takes for a habit to become automatic varies from person to person and habit to habit. Some habits take weeks, while others may take months. The key is consistency. The more consistently you engage in the new behavior, the more likely it is to stick. Don't be discouraged if it takes longer than you expected. Just keep going. Creating good habits that stick. The secret to lasting change lies in the ability to stick with your habits, even when motivation wanes. Here are some strategies to help make your new habits stick. Start small. Focus on one small habit at a time. Trying to overhaul your entire life at once is overwhelming and leads to burnout. Start with one manageable change and build from there. Make it easy. Make the new habit as easy as possible to do. For instance, if you want to start exercising, lay out your gym clothes the night before, so the habit is effortless to start. Track your progress. Keep a habit tracker to monitor your success. Seeing the streak grow can provide motivation to keep going. Use habit stacking. Attach a new habit to an existing one. For example, if you already have the habit of brushing your teeth in the morning, stack the habit of doing 10 minutes of stretching right after. Find accountability. Share your habit goals with a friend or join a group that holds you accountable. Having someone else check in on your progress can keep you motivated. The compound effect. Small actions lead to big results. The most powerful thing about habits is the compound effect. Small, consistent actions lead to extraordinary results over time. Just like saving a little bit of money, every day can turn into a fortune. Small positive habits can add up to a transformative life. For instance, reading just 10 pages a day may not seem like much, but over the course of a year, that's nearly 4,000 pages, or 12. 15 books. The habit of saving even a small amount each paycheck can accumulate into significant wealth over time. Your daily habits may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time, they compound into your future success. The secret to achieving big goals is to break them down into small, manageable daily actions. Consistency is key ultimately. The key to creating lasting change is consistency. You don't need to be perfect, but you do need to show up regularly. It's about making progress, not perfection. Even on the days when you don't feel like it, commit to the habit. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Lasting change comes from the accumulation of small, consistent actions taken over time. It's not about making huge strides all at once, but about continually moving forward, one day at a time. Final thoughts on habits, remember. The power to change your life is within you. Your habits shape your future, and you have the power to choose which ones define you. It all starts with one small step. Make that step today and keep moving forward.